Hello everyone, I am Srishti Shastri and today I will be presenting a research paper Introduction to Software Architecture by David Garden and Mary Shaw. So here is information about the paper. The title of the paper is Introduction to Software Architecture. The authors are David Garland and Mary Shaw. H-index of both the authors are mentioned here in this slide. The paper was published in 1993 in a conference, and there are 42 pages in this paper, and the paper itself has been cited for 2,228 times. These are the research questions which are addressed in the paper. First is how software architecture evolved over the period. Second, how different styles can be combined together to come up with a single design. Third, in what ways software design can be impacted by architectural design. In my opinion, these are the research questions which the paper is trying to answer. The motivation of this research paper is to provide proper explanation of software architecture field. Analyzing the design problems and finding the solution to those problems is the main focus here. Examination of ways in which software design is impacted, and also the different architectural styles have been explained and how can they be combined together to get all the benefits in one single design. Common architectural styles. Different architectural designs have been explained to illustrate all the architectural choices. The main focus of this is to understand different types of architectural styles, what are the differences between them, their advantages, disadvantages, and structural pattern. The first style is pipes and filters. In this style, filters are the components which are responsible for reading the input and producing output, and pipes are the connectors which transmit the output of one filter to input of another. It supports reusability, means filter can be used any number of times. It have easy maintenance, so new filters can be added and the old ones can be replaced by improved ones. This style cannot handle interactive applications. And if large number of independent filters will be added, then it will affect the performance. The next style is data abstraction and object-oriented organization. Here, the data representation and their operations are encapsulated in an abstract data type or object. In this style, the objects are the components and the function and procedure invocations are the connectors. The objects are responsible for maintaining the integrity of data representation, and these representations are hidden from other objects. It is easy to change the implementation without affecting the clients. Moreover, it is important for one object to know the identity of other object in order to interact. And if any one object changes, then the changes are invoked to all the objects. The third style is event-based implicit invocation. The main idea of this style is that instead of calling a procedure directly, announcement can be made for one or more events. Other components can register the procedures with event in system. That means whenever the event will be announced, then these registered procedure will be invoked. But the event announcers have no idea which component will be affected on invoking the particular procedure. This style also supports reusability, and the response of other components are totally unpredictable. Moreover, the components can be replaced without even affecting the interface. Layered systems. This style is hierarchical in nature. Each layer provides services to the layer above it and also act as a client for the layer below. Here, procedure are the components and the procedure calls are the connectors. This style also have multiple levels of abstractions. Reusability is supported here, and also enhancement is supported. That means if function of one layer is changed, then it will affect both the layers, the layer above it and the layer below it. But there is only one disadvantage, and that is that all systems are not layered or structured in layers. Repositories. In this style, there are two types of components. First is central data structure, and the other is collection of independent components. And the procedure calls are the connectors here. The current state is represented by central data structure, and the collection of independent components operate on central data store. In this style, the data can be stored efficiently, and it also has centralized management. Moreover, in repository style, the data evaluation is difficult and quite expensive, and also data distribution is tough. Table-driven interpreters. A virtual machine is produced in software in an interpreter organization. Pseudoprogram, which is being interpreted, and interpretation engines are included. Interpreter definition and current state of execution both are included in interpreter engine. And the interpreter consists of four components. First, the interpreter engine itself. Second, the memory, which contains pseudocode. Third, the representation of engine's control state. And fourth, representation of program's current state. And the virtual machine built by interpreter reduces the gap between the computing machine and hardware and the computing machine expected by program semantics. Other familiar architectures. There are a lot of architectures and patterns out there. Some of them are described here. First, distributed process. Some common organizations for multi-process systems have been developed in this system. Some of them are categorized by their topological features and others in terms of inter-process protocols. Second, main program or subroutine organizations. Here, the main program acts as a driver for subroutines and provides a control loop for sequencing. Third, domain-specific architecture. This architecture provides an organizational structure. Descriptive power of structure can be possibly increased by specializing architecture to domain. Fourth, state transition systems. It is defined by set of states and set of transitions which move system. Fifth, process control systems. Systems are organized as process control systems if they provide dynamic control of physical environment. Heterogeneous architecture. In this, it is explained what are different ways to combine different architectural styles. The first way of combining is hierarchy. The component of one architectural style may have the internal structure developed in other style. The second way is to permit the single component to use a mix of different architectural connectors. Example, active databases. The third way of combining is to elaborate one level of architectural description in completely different architectural style. So these are the three ways through which we can combine different architectural styles into one single design. Study. So in this paper, 6 case studies have been explained, in which main focus is to enhance the understanding of software architecture and software systems using architectural principles. The first case study explained how one problem can be solved using different architectural solutions with different benefits from each solution. The second case study explained how to develop domain-specific architectural styles for industrial development. The third case study focused on the use of compiler architecture to improve technology. And the remaining last 3 case studies explain the use of heterogeneous architecture to come up with a single design. Conclusion. At last, the conclusion is that it is really very important to select the correct architecture for getting successful design. There are different types of architectural styles out there, and these styles can be combined together into a single design using different ways of combining. One problem can be solved using different architecture solutions as explained in one of the case study. Also, domain-specific architectural styles can be created for development. Future work. This research paper explained different types of architectural styles and their applications. But more research can be done in near future in some of the topics like better classification of architectures and their styles, use of these architectures in real life, tools and environments for developing architectural design, and proper extraction of architectural information from existing note. I found this paper quite interesting as everything is explained in detail here. Different types of architectural styles have been explained with examples, how they can be used. 6 case studies have also been mentioned and explained how architectural principles can be used. Heterogeneous architecture is also explained, in which it is mentioned how different styles can be combined together, and also the application of all of this in software system is also outlined in this paper.